Hello, greetings. This is going to be a short connection. I am on Thursday. As for answering questions, it is what, Wednesday? Wednesday. As you might see, I have a cold, and I can go into why that is. There's, at least from what I'm gathering, at least, but I just need to take it easy. But I got a reason for it. So, before I go into all that, yes, a lot of strangeness in the air for sure. All right. Whoops. Real quick, for those who are new to this, I'm Teller.com. We have private sessions that go more into your details of what's going on, and we have a bunch of they have that. And also, we have you submit a question here. We have about 10 days at this point. 7 to 10 days for it to be answered. Also have a webinar now. Anyway, yeah, Spirit Social. They have submit a question, healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, channeling consulting, 5-minute healing. One question from a day, chakra healing from a day. Soul pain from Stephanie and chakra Reiki from Miguel. I figure I'll put that out there for those that are tuning in that have not been here before. I felt some of this a little bit yesterday. About, I think it was after the webinar. I'm pretty sure it was. I saw, like, in my visual, and not so friendly being, kind of brownish looking with black eyes. And now I'm sick. And also, I'm not understanding. I mean, I kind of figured that thing had something to do with it, but I'm like so out of it. I mean, the air, whatever it might be, I feel a lot better than I was earlier today. At least I can talk. I couldn't even do that earlier today. I'm taking a Sudafed or something, but I believe it was an astral, and at least this is what I'm getting. I've been connecting about a couple weeks, about a month ago. I saw these like golden beings during the time of Atlantis. They're like very 30 feet tall, but they weren't really making themselves very clear. You can say they're in the 9 realms, whatever that means. They're not very clear. They don't like being connected to us, put it that way. As I was at work, taking it easy, I started connecting to them. A clearer picture. I only saw my visual, but not very clear. It's like, what is this? They're like 30 feet tall. They're golden. They have they're not Arcturians, but they have their energies are similar. They're not friendly. Let's put it that way. As I connected to them today, I felt they're more of they're keeping the third dimensional layer up. There's 4 of them, like the 4 corners of the earth, basically. And you can say they're like guardians of third dimension, whatever you want to call them. They don't really have a name. They don't like being connected to, but apparently I connected to them in astral. And for what I see, I opened up a 4th dimensional portal or something, somewhere. And I kind of got penalized for it. That's what I'm gathering, at least. I did something. I went to beings that I should not have been around, but it's part of the ascension process. Like, somebody has to go. Somebody's got to do it. That's what I'm getting. This is all crazy. This is all insane. I'm not trying to put myself up there on a high pedestal or anything like that. It's just part of my mission, whatever it is. I don't know the whole details. That dark being I connected to, trust me, there are I don't connect to those things, trust me. But there are around, there's the creatures. I wonder why the world's so negative. It's because of those things. They're everywhere. Dark entities. I mean, they're nothing to worry about. I mean, if you know where you are, you're fine. But they can't possess people and things of that sort. It's not friendly. It's not fun. But they weren't possessing me. They're just, I think they were part of me getting sick, that's for sure. Either way, as part of my mission, wherever it was, I'm not that bad, not like I was last year. Ugh. Last year was really bad. So, yeah, something about opening up the 4th dimensional energies here is what I got. like these beings they don't really have a name for themselves. And what I saw also, they don't just stand around all day. They can't. They're golden beings. They're not friendly. But what I saw is like they can duplicate themselves and become humans and whatever they want to be. So you can say those statues stay up. You never know; you might see them. I don't know what they look like. You look at Egypt. Look at the giants, like statues of there. That's not what they look like. It's not very clear what they look like. I'm getting some details. I'll have to look some of this up. Either way, it does like, and a lot of strange things are happening recently on the news. Atlanta got shut down. I'm not sure if it's a big deal. I guess Trump can arrest more people for some. He has more rights to. I mean, it's something with the Podestas or getting arrested or something like that. I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot of that, but things are changing for sure. So anything's happening, but it does seem like the veil is coming down. As for how, who knows? Feels like Trump is very protected. Some people are having dreams about Trump, and that's probably because he's being well protected, because he's doing a lot of stuff. Of course, I don't want to, it's not just, it's others involved, not just him. It's the positive energies that are here. That are in the works. Who knows? You might see the CIA go, have a lot of scandals, maybe publicly, possibly. And I think Ron Paul said something about the economy is just an illusion. I don't think so. I think Ron Paul is an illusion. I don't think Ron Paul really accomplished a whole lot. I mean, yeah, he helped with the liberty movement, but really, his son's kind of, it's all right, but Ron Paul, like they say, like the economy is, an illusion. I don't think so. I feel it's going to get better and better, because some people are seeing a crash. No, I'm not seeing that. I'm actually seeing more wealth, but in a right way. Not no, I'm gonna go buy 10 cars for no reason, but in a way where like he's a lot homeless in Los Angeles. Somehow that will, yeah, it's like wealth, and then it's like wealth, and find yourself. It's like finding yourself type of wealth. Yeah, it'll be wealth as for money, but also finding yourself will be. It's like help you get a clear mind, because when you worry about money, it's hard to really think straight. And with the collapse of the economy, I think it's going to help. I'm not seeing that. I see it's going to get better and better. It's not just because of here. It's just the powers that be that are assisting us from what I see. So I don't sound that bad, at least for cold. I gotta go get some rest. But I wanted, like these 4 beings, not a big deal. You have to connect to them. If you do, there's nothing to worry about. But they're not going to attack you or anything. They might give me more information about them. It's just, apparently I visited them from what I'm gathering, because I started sensing their presence, and they're not exactly happy for me to be there, but I don't know exactly what I was doing. I don't know anything. I don't connect to the 4th dimension that much. I mean, if they're channelings, that's usually about where it ends. I don't go into, channel all day. There have been times in the past when I've connected to it being here and there, but not. That's been a long time since I've done that. But this, it seems like we're going into a transition for sure. Yeah, the positive Illuminati energies, just like the white hats are here. Let's put it that way. So like Podesta and that type of stuff might get arrested, possibly. Maybe more. Pizzagate would come through. And we're not going to go into a perfect world, but it does seem like, I believe the next step is poverty going after that, like with Haiti, and Haiti comes to mind first. There would just be, I mean, the UN is kind of corrupt in a lot of ways, but I think there's also a positive side to it. So you might hear possibly, I guess you can say as predictions, possibly arrests in the UN. I'm not sure if they'll go public, because there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of corruption everywhere. Like the U.S. government, it does seem like they're keeping a lot of that possible. There's already been scandals here and there. There's always going to be something. But I'm looking for more mass arrests of those that are not, they're against, against our country, against, they're just like what's going on in Hollywood, but a lot worse. The White House energies with that possibly, probably not. There's going to be scandals because they're going to be throwing some under the bus. There's always going to be some scandal this coming year. It'd be nice to see arrests in Washington as somebody, because there's just so much corruption there. Like John McCain, I'm nice to see that come into the light. Well, you never know. Unlikely, but you never know. And Hillary Clinton's walking around with it like injured and all that. So yeah, she sold her soul a long time ago. That's for sure. But as for, it does seem like Washington's going to go through a great change next year. It might not be mass arrest. It might be just more good news. I think this tax break situation that came, I think that's good. I don't know the whole details of it, but I feel it is positive. It's going to help create jobs and just, there's going to be a mass. Obviously, every year comes a great change. Feels like Washington is going to go through a cleansing of some kind. Maybe it's just positive energies towards humanity. Not being very clear. Everything is fuzzy. But those are like I said, I still feel there's going to be arrests of some kind in Washington of some kind, but not publicly. It might be those that are connected to the corruption in Washington, but not those like senators and congressmen, things of that sort. But those are connected to that. Possibly that will get more jail time, or of course, jail is not going to solve everything, but it does keep them out of the public and causing mischief. So. Also, let's see, I'm kind of going to the prediction energies to a slight degree of, what is it called? Michigan will get better economy-wise over the next couple of years, say about 5 years. Won't be perfect, won't be great, but it's going to improve. I think Google is there and other companies are going to rehabilitate it to a certain degree. That's a message I just got about that. San Francisco is always going to be, you wonder where the elites are? There you go. Some are. Away from the fires, too. Yeah, you wonder where they are? Yeah, San Francisco, that Bay Area, that area, just somewhere in there. They can afford the rent, obviously. They obviously they're not part of like DuPont or Rockefeller, but they don't have those names, but they're there. Yeah, I think some positive, some not so. I believe more positive than negative, but it's hard to say. It's a mix, but they're there. Trust me. They keep an eye on the tech companies to pull the strings on. They're like investors. They pull the strings on them. They keep an eye on them. But the positive are definitely dealing with the dark, but more positive coming through. Also see Zurich, Switzerland. That probably won't hit the news, but a lot of positive vibrations coming from that. I'm not going into detail of that, but they just mentioned it it has a lot of financial districts there. So you can say some of that's being orchestrated there. Let's put it that way. Sort of. Yeah, you can't pinpoint where all this is being worked out. Let's put it that way. But there's like a web of transformation we're going through. I don't think next year is going to be strange. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be bizarre. Arrests of those that are criminal be great. But that's a lot that's free. It's like it's open. It's not 100%. At least that's what I'm getting. The likelihood, just government transformation around the world, here and there. Yeah. Some might step down. Some prime ministers might step down. Russia is going to get a little bit better in the public. Not much, because it's like a fall guy. Our media needs to blame somebody. So I kind of made a deal on that to take that heat. I think I think they even got paid for it. in the shadow world. Let's put it that way. And the media needs something to do. It's kind of like a lost cause all the way down. It's to program those that are not ready for the ascension, basically. Obviously, it's just there to keep the third dimension. Those that want to connect to it, keep them, you know, keep them entertained, supposedly informed. They're just not ready for a transformation. But you never know. These changes that are coming might change that. Probably a lot of them are going to be like, whoa, this is a little bit too bizarre for me. There's going to be some of that. As for alien connections, yeah, the skies are going to light up in certain areas. Who knows where? More than usual. I think the presence of them is going to be becoming more clear, but not too much. And Russia might be one. Singapore, maybe. China, no. For some reason, China's off limits for some reason. Maybe there, but they have more elemental energies there actually. From what I see, yeah. So, not to say we're going to get bombarded by visitations and aliens, but it's opening ever so slightly. Just openings here and there, where they feel is safe, where they feel that we are okay with it. Obviously, we're setting the stage for a new Earth, and you never know. Next year, you might not feel like you're on this planet. You might feel like you're somewhere else. It's a high possibility. I didn't feel this last year, but this year I'm feeling very strange. I just feel like this is a time transition. All these channelings are not just for for connecting to aliens physically and all that. It's not just for your entertainment. You might be entertained here, but it's also part of the it's in the works. It's not just say this stuff for just shits and giggles. But they're not going to just give you a date. They're not going to say when or how and tomorrow or next week. But we're in and some people still, I feel there's so many are just not ready, but that's all right. We're going in definitely in a new Earth paradigm of great uncertainty, but for the better. I do see a lot of government change for sure somewhere. There's always government change, but this always mass change in some areas. I think election year is this year, if I'm right. So that's part of it. But still, there's a lot of shadow work. It does seem like those in the shadows, elites, are going to kind of show themselves slightly. They already do it, but they don't bring a lot of light to them. It does seem like there's going to be, who knows when. Yeah, the powers are getting stronger and stronger, for sure. They're not going to broadcast themselves, let's put it that way, but they're showing, they've had kind of done this over the years, and now it's going to get stronger. They're not, it's just only more positive energies that come. Possibly, this is unlikely, but possibly of Bill Gates, a little bit more coming out about him. Who knows? There might be scandal around him, possibly. Yeah, he's not entirely protected of more truth coming out. Of course, a lot of people won't believe it. I don't see much good in what he's doing. He's totally sold himself out. But it's a possibility. Everything is a possibility. Yeah, there's no absolute certain, but definitely Bill Gates possible. Yeah, I just saw something. It's my corner of my eye. Yeah, it's definitely major shifts. Like it feels like the reptilians are losing their grip on this world. It's like a lot of them are getting sent away. You say the Blue Avians are involved with it. Pleiadians are involved. Our Star Command, other beings, Syrians are involved. Just a great amount is we're going. Yeah, feels like what in the middle of the year, you'll feel an opening. Like you're feeling change instead of all this talk. You feel real change. So about in the middle of the year is what I'm getting. So we'll see. Definitely, I believe it. But as for what, not saying anything. So just go with the flow, basically. Some of you are going to get senses of what's going to come, predictions of your own of what's coming for sure. Yeah, possible earthquake energies. Yeah, possible. Some of those are used to wake people up. It's not entirely to cause us difficulties. Some of it, I don't think California is going to get hit. Not, they got enough already, but something around earthquakes. So who knows? It's part of more of the wake. I'm feeling more of the awakening energy around that than just something, I don't know. Like what happened in Mexico, that kind of got. Notice how things like happen in Mexico, the news. I don't know if you follow the news. I follow a little bit. Goes into the news a couple of days. Who cares after that? You don't care. It's so Illuminati controlled. It's just unbelievable. But it's that's on the news. I'm not sure they're going to. It's not going to be a good year for any of them. There's going to be fallouts as for like news in general, like their credibility is start going to crumble even more, but not entirely, because people aren't ready for it to let it go yet. So it's going to hold its legs as long as it can, but it is going to show dents in its armor more and more. I think, yeah, it just feels like it's going to lose. Every year it loses its credibility. It seems like it's going to lose it more. They're not being very either way. Doesn't matter. Just have fun, enjoy, and not worry. And yeah, realize your intentions are setting out definitely for a new Earth, a more positive Earth, alien contact Earth. I don't feel like I was activated for no reason. I had a reason for it. It could have been activated probably 2011, and that wasn't the time. So I was activated for channeling for a reason. So we're definitely going into a new vibration. It's pretty exciting. It's not going to be. Yeah, eventually we're going to look at this time. It's like, what are we thinking? It's like, we're going to look at this era. It's like, man, how did we not see the positive, the better future, but that's okay. It's part of our warnings. Yeah, we're going to look at this time that we're in. It's like, man, we were really Stone Age back then. But that's all right. It's all part of the warning process. So, all right. Blessings, everyone. And I'll be back tomorrow. Much love.